Hey, what's going on, guys? Figured it has been long enough. I did the exhaust video a few months back. Do a little walk around video, show you guys the mods or the plans for it. You guys will have to excuse my voice. My allergies are pretty bad here. I bought this car 7 months ago. Even stock, it was honestly a pretty great car. I could have been fine with just lowering springs and spacers, and it probably would have been totally fine like that, but I always like to add a little bit more to it. I was looking for a 440. It had to have these headlights. I love these headlights. It's hard when you see a car with the nice headlights and then you see another one without the headlights, and you always think every time you look at like someone else's build, oh, if they had the nice headlights it would just make it that much better. So those were a deal breaker for me. It had to have those. Obviously it had to be M Sport. It just seems like too much of a pain to go through for me personally and switch all the bumpers out and the side skirts, get them paint matched. Let's get started with the front. Started off with a little black overlays. I just buy those from ECS Tuning just to get that blue out of there, so if I need to get the IND painted ones. And then I did carbon grills, carbon M Sport lip. This is the 3-piece. These fangs are separate pieces, and then I can just buy a replacement lip. RW one, I've had it for a while. It's been solid. The only thing I will say that's weird about the RW is it's hard to tell. That bit in the middle where it connects right there hangs down quite a bit lower, and it's one of those things you just scrape when the road is uneven. And so that's the only annoying thing. After that, did these paint match reflectors as always. IND, those went in pretty smoothly. I do like that this car has the 270-degree camera. It's missing the front camera. I don't even know if that's an option. I did the carbon fiber mirror caps. I have the carbon side skirts. I think I'm almost getting over carbon, and I want to go paint matched on some of this stuff. Not that you can really tell. I think if it was a white car or a car where you could see the carbon more, I would definitely paint match more things or just put OEM parts back. All as close to OEM as I can get without paying OEM price. 440, I don't think I'd buy OEM carbon. That's a lot of money for a non-M. Just since we're at the side. The interior is pretty much stock. I haven't even bought floor mats, which is kind of weird for me. I always buy new floor mats. I think it'd be cool to get, I think the M2 ones have the blue piping around it. It might be too much for me, but I do have blue stitching. Kind of cool. I haven't seen that before. I didn't really know that was an option on F3X. And then I have a blue stop button, Apple CarPlay finally. Another weird mod, carbon fiber antenna. Another thing, I just kind of order all the carbon when I first got it. And then we have the carbon fiber trunk lip from Mashimaro. The fitment on it, I'm honestly going to give it like a 5 or a 6. She put it on and then took it back off because on these edges, they would just not go down. I ended up having to take a Dremel and like basically get it to fit. Took a lot of cutting. This center section still does not fit the best. And I kind of wish I would have just bought a cheaper one and expected the fitment. This one was, I think, close to $350, and I was expecting pretty, not perfect fitment, but a lot better than what it was for $350. I almost wish I would have just bought a cheap $200, $150 one from Souvenir or something along those lines. And then as well, paint match reflectors, carbon fiber diffuser, as well as the AWE Axelback as of now. I bought the AWE Axelback thinking that I could do the AWE Axelback in a catless downpipe and it would have the sound I wanted. Wasn't it? It didn't really have much of a tone. I took the catless downpipe out, and I think I'll just go back to the midpipe and Axelback. I think that's the best sounding system that they have. It sucks I can't run a downpipe, so then I can have the stage 2 power, but it's not the end of the world. I'm not chasing horsepower numbers. I typically just take it on little mountain rides and daily commutes. So there's that. I can't believe I totally just went over the wheels. So these are Avant Garde. The specs on these, I'll just go front to back. So the wheel is 19 by 9. and it is ET35, and I do have a 5mm spacer on there, so it makes it ET30. And then I'm Michelin PS4 235/40 19s. It does rub a little bit if you're hitting full lock, not driving around, no rubbing, but if you're full lock and you are going over bumps, it does rub on the fender liner a little bit. And then the back is 19x10 ET38, the M2 size, which is 265/35 19. Like the meat, I did the Meteor tires to help out with the H&R spring height. So I was just going to run M2 tire sizes, but one thing I don't like that BMW does is sometimes the sidewall height is different, and I don't like when there's either more meat in the back or less meat in the front. It just makes, I don't think it usually looks as good. So that's why I did it that way. I did 20% tint. Those windows are down, but 20% on the sides and the back, and then I did my 50 on the windshield, just a little bit to help out. I don't really need it here in Oregon. Rains most of the time. There is that. I think that's everything currently done to it. H&R springs. I did have to replace a control arm, passenger side, which is pretty easy. I'm just kind of sucked, if anything, paying $200 for, but it's whatever. The car's got 29,000 miles on it. I bought it with 24, 23. That's about it. I'll go on to future mods. I just realized I've been filming in 0.5 this whole time, so hopefully that's not too annoying. But future mods, I definitely want to go lower. I don't want to go too much lower in the front. I probably just want about a finger, and usually a finger is about my rule. Except for the rear. It's not too much lower, but I might go lower just because my fitment isn't as flush as my F30 was. So I do want to go lower. Not sure what coilovers I'll go with. I think I want to try a new front lip, kind of go out of my, maybe go a little more aggressive. This car is very subtle, OEM looking. Might do something similar to like a GTS style on an E92. Something like that. I might take some of the carbon parts off and just do gloss black. I definitely need to order the mid-pipe. Mid-pipe and coilovers are next. I'm just kind of waiting, not really in a rush with this car. I don't want to sell it too early. I want to do a steering wheel. I had a steering wheel on my last F30. That was awesome. I might do a trunk lip, a new one, or I might just take it off, see how I like it. I'm not sure. I'm not really the biggest fan of any of the F32 trunk lips, so I might do that, but I think that's about it. I don't want to go too crazy on this car. I could always get different sets of wheels. I'd love some 437s. It would kind of modernize it. I think I almost made this car look a little older than it really is. It is a 2019, and I think these wheels dated a little bit, although I do really like the look of these wheels, and I love that they're 9s and they're a little concave, a little stretch on the front. Nothing crazy. Barely any stretch on the rear. I don't even know if I would call it stretch. Quick little walk around of the 440 2019. That's about it, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. I can do another video. I don't think you see too many modded F32s, so let me know if you guys have any questions. So